What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video I thought we'd go over my Scream 4K movie collection. And now a little bit about Scream. It is hands down my favorite horror movie franchise. And that's not a knock or a jab at any of the other ones. I love Jason and Michael and Freddy and all the other ones. They're all great. But to me, Ghostface and Scream just stood out. And I think it mainly because you didn't know who the killer was going to be. From movie to movie, it was different, you know. And I think that always added a fun element to it, that you got to make your guesses at the beginning and then you got to see if you were right at the end. And I always thought that was like fun and something different that any of the other ones didn't have. But to start it off, we got to go back to 1996 with Scream. Now, when this came out, I told my aunt that I wanted to go rent it from Blockbuster. So we went down there, and unbeknownst to us, there was another movie out called Scream. So we ended up renting the wrong movie and had to take it back and get the right one. But when I finally watched it, I was instantly just hooked. Like, we ended up renting this quite a few times, and the whole Ghostface persona and everything was just really hooked me in. And then of course, Scream 1 being such a huge success, the next year, 1997, we got Scream 2. Now I remember when this one was announced, I was thinking to myself, like, how are they going to top the first one? Is it going to be as good? What's the story going to be? And then of course, you know, this one ended up being just as good. I mean, Scream 2 is a great sequel. A lot of great elements to this one. Then, you know, we had to wait a couple years, not too long. Year 2000, we got Scream 3. Now, I really enjoyed Scream 3. I mean, I think some people kind of give it a little bit of a bad knock, but I really enjoyed it, you know. And the soundtrack with Creed, I think it was great, you know. And then I'm not going to ruin any of the killers, but if you've seen it, then you know the killer in this one was kind of unique. So we had to wait a little while before we finally got another installment. But in 2011, we did get Scream 4. Now, Scream 4, it was a fresh new take on it. I can appreciate that, you know. Sydney being in there, joining a new cast. It was fun. This one was a good time. Now, unfortunately, we had to wait a little while after that. They went on hiatus again. But we got Scream in 2021, aka Scream 5. Now, this one was really fun. This one, they went back to Woodsboro, so it made full circle. I enjoyed that. Then, you know, you got the legacy characters back. You got Sydney and Gail and Dewey, mixing it up with the newer generation. That one, that's fun. I had a lot of fun with this one. Then, of course, a couple years later, we got Scream 6. Now, Scream 6, I had a blast with this one, I'll be honest with you. Like, them going to New York, and Ghostface was on some ruthlessness in this one, just a savage. And that was fun, you know. That was a really cool take, because we'd seen him in this one, like, he had never been this ruthless before. And that was really fun to see him in that aspect. Which brings us to today, 2026. We got Scream 7. Now this one I had some fun with too. This one gave me like throwback vibes, you know. And maybe, you know, if you've seen it, maybe you'll get that. But I think this one really gave original trilogy vibes back. There was a lot of callbacks and a lot of little innuendos that kind of took you back to the original trilogy. And I had fun with this one. But my question is where do we go next? Where is the story gonna go? What's Sydney gonna do? What's Gail gonna do? Drop your comments below. I'd love to know what you think. And until next time.